The story begins on an island in Japan, where Korean laborers are forced to work like animals in a coal mine. During the harsh labor, a child dies after being crushed under a rock. This tragic incident saddens all the workers, and the child's body is returned to his family. A man named Yoon, recognized by the workers as their leader, speaks to 3 children. He instructs them to escape the island that night and return to Korea to reveal the cruelty happening there. One of Yoon's men helps guide the children, but during the escape attempt, one child is caught and shot dead by a guard. The other 2 reach the sea but are also captured while trying to board a ship. The scene then shifts to Korea, where a man named Lee performs with his rock band at a party alongside his daughter, Sohee, and fellow musicians. Through the party, Lee meets his friend, a detective, because he plans to take his band to Japan. Lee gives him money for the arrangement, and his friend agrees to help. Later, the detective places Lee, his daughter, and the band on a ship with many other people. The ship stops at a location where Lee finds several letters from his detective friends scattered on the ground, revealing that he has been betrayed and sent to the wrong place. The same betrayal has happened to many others. The officials gather all the passengers and take them to the island. Upon arrival, soldiers and officers start beating the people. Despite their pleas, no mercy is shown. Women and children are separated from their families and placed on another boat, leaving the men devastated. All belongings are confiscated, and a junior manager from the mining company tells Lee to play a Japanese song. The group performs the song as ordered. Soon, the senior manager arrives and announces that everyone will now work for them. Each person receives an account slip detailing the costs for the journey, accommodation, and other charges which will be deducted from their wages. Despite these deductions, they are given unhygienic food infested with insects. The laborers are then sent into the mine. After work, they go to bathe. Korean supervisor is seen beating a boy, which prompts a Korean gangster named Choi to confront him. Choi challenges the supervisor to a fight, declaring that if he loses, he will become a servant, but if he wins, he will become the workers' leader. The junior manager agrees. Choi severely beats the supervisor. That moment, the senior Korean leader warns everyone that the Japanese want Koreans to fight among themselves and urges them not to. Despite this, due to the bet, Choi becomes the new leader of the laborers. Meanwhile, the senior manager dines with several women and other officers. Lee's daughter is also present at the gathering when the senior manager asks one of his officers to play his favorite song. Upon hearing it, Sohee claims that she sang the song and that the music was composed by her father. However, the senior manager does not understand her language. A Korean girl translates her words, which impresses the senior manager. As a result, Lee and his band are brought before the senior manager, and Lee feels happy to see his daughter. Meanwhile, at a Korean army base, an officer, Park, is handed a photo of the Korean leader from the mine and is instructed to extract him from the island, as he is the only one capable of leading the Koreans there. Park agrees and disguises himself as a laborer to enter the island. The senior manager hosts a party with other members of the mining company. During the party, Lee and his band perform and entertain everyone. At the same time, gangster Choi and the other workers are assigned to work in mine number 2. A tragic accident occurs when a coal-laden trolley descends out of control, killing many and sparking a fire. Upon hearing about the incident, the senior manager orders mine number 2 to be shut down, stating that it produces little coal and that the death of Korean workers does not matter. His subordinates follow the order, and the trapped workers inside panic. Later, the senior manager learns that Yoon is also trapped in the mine and instructs his team to rescue him, fearing a strike. Japanese workers attempt to open the mine but fail. Inside, the workers use dynamite to blast open the mine and escape. Yoon emerges and is welcomed joyfully by the workers, including Park. Park approaches Yoon and reveals that he is sent by the army to take him back. He requests access to a telegraph to contact the army and summon a ship. Yoon agrees to arrange the telegraph. Park then approaches Lee and asks for the key to the officer's room where the telegraph is located. Lee questions Park's intentions. Park reveals his identity and mission, prompting Lee to agree on the condition that he and his daughter are also taken off the island. The officer accepts the deal. Lee secretly creates an imprint of the officer's cabin key using a heated key and a film reel. He gives the imprint to his friend to craft a duplicate key, which is then handed to Park. With the key, Park enters the cabin and contacts the army to send a ship. He also finds the Korean account records in the cabin. Just then, enemy bomber planes fly over the island, prompting everyone to turn off their lights. Taking advantage of the situation, Park confronts Yoon at gunpoint gunpoint and accuses him of corruption. He claims that the account records show Yoon and the senior manager embezzle compensation and belongings of dead or working laborers, as all documents bear the Yoon's signature. Yoon denies all accusations and claims that the senior manager is framing him. The same moment, Lee arrives with So-hee. Suddenly, explosions erupt across the island, and the senior manager is caught in the blast and burns. The Japanese retreat into their bunker, abandoning the Koreans to die. Taking advantage of the chaos, Yoon attempts to escape, but one of his loyal men arrives to help him. Yoon questions whether his ally saw the account records. When the ally confirms, he shoots him dead. Lee and his daughter witness this from hiding. Meanwhile, the senior officer contacts the junior manager to inform him that Hitler has died and anyone associated with the Nazis is now a target. He also reveals that America has dropped a devastating bomb on Hiroshima. Hearing this, the junior manager tells the officer that their senior manager is injured and burned. The senior officer instructs him to kill the senior manager and assume his position, which the junior manager does. The next day, protests erupt among the Japanese, demanding Koreans be punished after a child is abused and killed. Although the truth is that a supervisor committed the abuse, he shifts the blame to gangster Choi. The junior manager promises the Japanese that Koreans will face punishment and hands Choi over to them. Later, the junior manager offers Yoon a deal. He will help him escape the island in exchange for half the money extorted from the workers. Yoon must also tell the Americans that Koreans are well treated. In return, the junior manager promises to bury the remaining Koreans in the mine. Yoon agrees, unaware that Park and So-hee overhear everything. Yoon then lies to the Korean workers, claiming that Choi was falsely accused and that he has arranged better food and wages. He invites everyone to a celebration in the mine. Everyone rejoices, but Park reveals Yoon's betrayal, stating that he stole compensation money with the Japanese. Lee supports this by showing account reports, and So-hee confirms Yoon killed his own ally. The workers turn against Yoon and Park shoots him. Choi is then released. Park announces that they will escape using the coal transport ship. Some start making weapons for protection. Park and his group take control of the ship and head toward the bridge used to load coal. They encounter soldiers, whom Lee distracts while Park and his team kill them. As they cross the bridge to the ship, other Koreans trap Japanese in houses and set them on fire. The junior manager witnesses this. Two more soldiers see fleeing Koreans and are shot by Park. The senior manager hears the gunfire and sends troops to attack. Choi, the Korean girl, and others fight back. A rope used to descend breaks, causing many deaths. Overcrowding collapses the bridge, separating the group. Some reach the ship, others are stranded. A fierce battle begins. Lee tries to lift the bridge alone. His daughter helps and others join in. A bullet hits the Korean girl, fired by the supervisor, enraging Choi, who brutally kills the supervisor. As Choi returns to her, he is also shot. They die together. Lee hides his daughter and moves ahead but is shot by the junior manager. Lee retaliates, shooting him back. As Lee's daughter rushes to him, the junior manager grabs her. Park throws a rock, freeing her. Just as the junior prepares to shoot Lee again, she smashes a Molotov cocktail on him. The junior burns and Park slits his throat, declaring that the senior, junior manager, and supervisor are dead and the war is over. The Japanese stop fighting. The surviving Koreans board the ship via the bridge. Lee, gravely wounded, asks Park to take care of his daughter. He dies, leaving her devastated. Suddenly, they witness a massive explosion. The US bomb dropped on Nagasaki. The movie ends showing Lee's daughter, grief-stricken but safe.